Out of our thought. A rough raw thought. Yeah, I say rough is I don't really format. I just hit the button. Talking to myself for myself. But I was struggling yesterday with something that I think we all struggle with sometimes, and I know I do, at least myself personally. It's more like a relationship of any kind, you know, whether it be romantic relationship or friendships or partnerships or work, you know, whatever it is. Sometimes when you put a lot into a relationship, you're on your side, you know that you've been honest, you know that you've been truthful, honest, loyal, reliable. You're consistent in your words and your actions for the most part. You put a lot of effort into that relationship, and it's frustrating because you have no control over what that other person puts in themselves. And I, for myself, you know, I tend to think, well, oh, geez, you know, because I'm putting this much into it, it's almost like, you know, I just assume the other person's doing the same. And when you find out you've been lied to or deceived, or maybe if you're in a romantic relationship, you've been cheated on, you know, you have all these feelings of hurt and anger, and it's hard to remember, like, you can't hold yourself responsible for the actions of another person, because that's a reflection on who they are. That's, you know, who they are, and it's not a reflection on you or me as a man. It's not, you know, it's not a reflection on me. You know, certainly, like, you know, when you know, like, you know, you don't have to prove it to the world, but you know in your heart, like, so it's hard, you know, and then you have a day where you kind of backslide, and you're thinking, geez, like why? How did it get to this point? Like, why did they feel the need to do this or do that? And I was kind of dwelling on it the other day, and I'm trying to talk to myself and say, hey, knock it off, you know. But it's the thing about the heart, and it's when you put your effort into any relationship, no matter what it is, and it doesn't reciprocate the way you had hoped or envisioned or felt. I tend to beat myself up for it, and I gotta learn not to do that, and just to let it go, because you know, certainly I can say, you know, if I'm honest with myself, I can say, yeah, in this particular one, I gave it my all. You know, sometimes it could just be certain situations during that relationship. Well, yeah, you know what, I wasn't putting in 100%, so I understand where those actions and thoughts came from on their part. But yeah, just something I'm talking to myself this morning. I don't try to work through it, and try to remind myself that, you know, I absolutely have the right to have expectations that of another person that I'm interacting with, but I got to understand that I have no control over them, and know what I wanted. I wanted to, you know, I want the free will. The free will is the best. But you know, also I got to understand it's not a reflection on me. You know, so I got to keep telling myself it's you know, it's not a reflection on you. It's a reflection on their character, who they are, and then you choose. Well, you know, do I want to continue? How much energy or effort do I want to put into this relationship? Love or whatever it is. How much do I want to put into it for what I'm receiving in return? And you got to evaluate it and look at it like that. I think that's what I do for myself, and that's what I'm trying to do now. But it doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't make it any less confusing, you know. So, yeah, that was it for now.